everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. But today, we are shifting gears and talking about something a little bit different than our normal topics here. We're going to talk about detoxing, but not the body. Specifically, the Monat hair detox. What is it? Is it real? Though different than our health, fitness, and nutrition talks that we normally have on here, it's still health sciences related, and you guys know how much I love diving into science, so here we go. Before we continue, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz along the way, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Before we begin this video, I have to give a big thank you to the person who hit me up on my Instagram stories and offered her helpful services for this video. You guys know that I'm all about getting facts and legitimate information from professionals past and present, and this person hit me up on Instagram. Her name is Linsey. She let me know that she was a hairstylist for 15 years. She said that, hey, if you have any questions while you're doing research for this video, just let me know and I'd be happy to help you out. And so I actually had like a lot of questions for her, and she helped with a good chunk of this video. So thank you, Linsey. And I'll give you guys a little bit more about Linsey toward the end, but right now we're diving right in. So what is Monat? Monat Global is a multi-level marketing company, which for those of you who aren't aware, multi-level marketing companies are usually kind of like in the same room as pyramid schemes, but you know, they're technically not pyramid schemes, but like they kind of are. Like most MLMs, Monat has his poor income disclosure statement, but are we surprised at that? I mean, come on. According to the website, monatglobal.com, Monat is a revolutionary hair care line of naturally based products that address the effects of the environment, chemicals, and product overuse, and even aging. Some of their products include shampoos, conditioners, and wellness products such as collagen supplements and powdered energy sticks, which are just super original, right? They also apparently have pet care too. So like many multi-level marketing companies, Monet has faced a lot of lawsuits. A lot of their lawsuits are centered around the products, not necessarily the business model. A lot of people are alleging that Monat caused things like hair loss and scalp sores and, you know, just in general damage to their hair and scalp. And in some people, from what I hear, this damage has been irreversible. The details of some of these lawsuits I actually found on a website which I will link below called MLMnewsreport.com. I'm not here to go into a super deep dive on the lawsuits. I mean, I'm sure if you're watching this, you guys have probably heard about most of them. But one that I found particularly interesting involves a plaintiff named Kelly Bodalico. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that. While using Monat products, she began noticing hair loss and scalp irritation. Her doctor identified Monat as the cause of her issues and prescribed her medication to help reverse her problems, but at that point it was already too late and the damage had been done to her hair. And I bring that particular lawsuit up because that's sort of related to what we're going to get into today. As well as discussing the products a little bit, we're going to talk about this detox that some of these Monat distributors are always talking about. They say that things like shedding, the hair loss and the scalp sores and the flakiness and all that kind of stuff is a part of the detox phase that they like to say. And to me, that's just baloney. It is, it's baloney. I declare it baloney, but we're gonna talk about it. Before we dive into the scalp detox hoopla, we need to learn a little bit more about the products. So I have found an informational video of a Monat distributor who is going to talk to us a little bit about the products. I want you guys to know that the video was originally about, I think, 7 or 8 minutes long. I cut it down to the parts that I found relevant. So here we go.
So one of the big differences between your average drugstore shampoo compared to Monat shampoo is that our Monat shampoo does not contain any harmful ingredients. So typically when you purchase your shampoo from, I don't know, CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, wherever you get your shampoo, typically those kinds of shampoos have these toxic ingredients such as silicones, parabens, sulfates, and the list goes on.
Sorry, I'm already pausing it. So these toxic ingredients that she's talking about, first of all, if you buy shampoos with those toxic ingredients that have them, then yeah, those shampoos are gonna have them in them. But you can buy shampoo that's like sulfate-free, paraben-free, silicone-free at the store. In fact, no! I went to grab my bottle of shampoo and I just knocked them all over. No. Can't do anything right. Oh man, I need to get it together. Okay, I have here with me to demonstrate for you guys. I have two different bottles of shampoo. I use both. One is a clarifying shampoo. This one is called Come Clean. I wash my hair once a week, and I start with this shampoo. This is what's called a clarifying shampoo. It kind of helps to get all the product buildup and stuff off of my hair. This one actually has very minimal ingredients. It smells super good. Let me see. This one is very plant-based, actually. Purified water, organic mandarin orange fruit, organic marigold flower, organic white willow bark, organic sea kelp, C14 to 16 olefin sulfonate, and cocamidopropyl betaine, coconut derived. That's what it says in parentheses. Phytic acid, citric acid, sea salt, phenoxyethanol, and natural fragrance. So this actually has very few ingredients. No silicones, no parabens. I said olefin sulfonate. I personally use sulfate-free shampoo. Sulfates dry the hell out of my hair. And sulfonates are actually not the exact same thing as sulfates. They are in the same family, I believe, but sulfonates are actually not the exact same thing. So here is another one. This is the main shampoo that I use. I got this from the drugstore, beauty supply store, which, you know, it's not her precious Monet website. This bottle was $8.39. Can you see it? Yes, you can. $8.39 for this bottle of shampoo that will last me probably at least 2 or 3 months. Here we go. Sulfate-free, no mineral oil, no petroleum. First ingredient is water, and then that same ingredients we just read. Sodium, C14 to 16 olefin sulfonate, cocamide, MEA, cocamidopropyl betaine, blah, blah, blah. And then there's a little bit, like 2 lines down, there's shea butter, olive fruit oil, and then some other stuff. Those are some of the products that I use. They work for my hair. And the main reason I was just bringing those products out was she was like, oh, all the products at drugstores have sulfates and what did she say, silicones and parabens in them. Actually, they don't. I actually normally get my shampoo at Walmart. Shea Moisture is the brand that I use. It is sulfate-free, paraben-free, silicone-free, all that kind of good stuff. And it don't cost $35 a bottle. Let's move on.
A few of those. Silicones are bad for your hair because it's basically like putting plastic in your hair. So a lot of the drugstore products such as shampoos and serums and, you know, whatever you use from there, they have silicones, and what that does is they may give you a shine, but that shine is actually plastic coating your hair, so that is not good for your hair at all. The other ingredient is parabens. So parabens are basically a preservative that allows, you know, the shampoo or whatever to just, you know, have a longer shelf life basically. And what that does is it's cool for the companies, right? Because they can leave their shampoo on that shelf for a while. But what happens is a lot of research shows that actually parabens contribute to like dysfunction in hormones, so infertility, estrogen levels, and all.
Okay, that's the end of that first clip. One thing that she said that Monet products do not have is silicones. I just want to add, in the Monet Renew shampoo, it has an ingredient called atomethicone, which is actually a type of silicone-based polymer. So I guess their products do have like silicones in them, so, you know, so maybe she should like do her research. Just saying. It's pretty far down the ingredient list, but it's still there, so. Touching on silicones really quick, there's a lot of literature out there about silicones and hair care. I don't know a ton about it, so I did a little bit of my own research. Based on a lot of stuff that I read, silicones aren't necessarily bad for your hair. They're actually considered safe for use in your hair, but they kind of get a bad reputation because they can cause some buildup in your hair, but that's what washing your hair is for though, right? And the purpose of silicones is to give your hair slip and shininess. And by slip, we mean make it easier to comb through. So I decided to ask Linsey her opinion on silicone. So let's read what Linsey, a 15-year former hairstylist, had to say. Hey, thanks for reaching out. Firstly, I'm not a formulator, so I can't speak on the scientific reasoning behind putting silicones in products or what they chemically do to the hair. See how I state the limitations of my knowledge up front? Hun should try that. Yes, they should. As someone who did hair for 15 years, I can say that silicones are in most oil type products, and I never noticed any problems with my hair or other people's hair. It seems to be one of those ingredients that's unnecessarily fear-mongered. The only type of buildup I'd notice in people's hair was when they use certain products from Natural Food Store or Pantene. They'd get a very waxy buildup that you could actually scrape off with your shears, and you would need to do a serious clarifying treatment to get rid of it. You'd shampoo their hair and it would still feel waxy/greasy. And then I just said, interesting, that's a consensus I've seen online, blah, blah, blah. And then she says, you're welcome, yeah, it just adds slip and shine, like what I said. Interesting, right? Let's move on. All right, so now she's gonna start talking to us about what exactly makes Monet special, or what she says makes Monet special. So here we go.
Is that we have 4 ingredients that make us special. So the first ingredient is Capixyl. Capixyl actually boosts your hair growth. So a lot of people with thinning, balding, alopecia, is that how you say it? I don't know. Cancer patients, a lot of them have seen results because most of our products contain Capixyl. So that is, if you're looking to grow your hair or anything like that, you definitely would want to try our Monet products. Our second ingredient is Procataline. And basically that ingredient goes ahead and, allows the hair to not thin. It goes against the DHT hormone, which basically promotes hair loss. So it really allows the hair to be vibrant and shine, as well as prevent it from thinning. The other ingredient that we have, Cordysorb. I hope I'm saying these right, but anyways, so this ingredient, it really protects the hair from the sun. So I didn't really know much about the similarities between the hair and the skin, because I know a lot about skin but not much about hair. So when I learned that, it's true, our hair ages just the same as our skin ages, and one of the major factors in our skin aging is the sun. So that's why it's super, super important to wear SPF. So this ingredient basically is like SPF for your hair. So it's really going to help protect your hair. It's going to help minimize the fading of the color that you have. Last ingredient that makes Monet super, super unique is our Rejuvenate oil. So our Rejuvenate oil is made from 13 plant-based essential oils. And this oil is so special because it actually mimics the natural oils that our bodies produce. So that is a pretty big deal. That's why it allows us to balance out our pH levels on our scalp as well as on our face, because it mimics the oil that our bodies produce. Not only that, but the oil is specifically patented for Monet exclusively, so you will not be able to find this oil anywhere on the market. So this oil is actually infused in most of our products, so that is like a huge thing. So you can buy it alone, but if you don't, it's infused in the products. But I love the oil. You probably heard me talk about it. It is amazing.
Okay, couple things. For the first 3 ingredients that she listed, those I fact checked it in. Those ingredients are present in most Monet products. I didn't want to hone in too much on all 3 of them because I didn't want this video to last for days. But the one of these first 3 that I do want to talk about is Capixyl. I tried with all of my might to find a scientific article or a study discussing Capixyl, its effects, its uses, all that kind of stuff, and I just could not for the life of me find one. I mean, I found a lot of literature on it, but it wasn't from like National Institute of Health. There weren't like scientific studies, like nothing like that. It was not really a whole lot of legit information. Like, it was not information from legitimate sources, I should say. So I initially thought that Capixyl was a prescription medication that you can only get from a physician, but apparently it's not. I just typed it in Google and a whole bunch of supplements came up. So I guess it's something that you could just kind of like buy online, like buy at a health food store or something like that. Let's move on to what it is. Capixyl is a topical substance that prevents hair loss and hair thinning. One constituent of Capixyl is red clover. According to one of Monet's many lawsuits, one of the controversial ingredients is Capixyl. I found an article in which one of the lawsuits against Monet is discussed on WCPO.com. Monet spokesperson named Gene Grabowski. He stepped forward and I guess he commented on some of the lawsuits, and here is one thing that he stated about the Capixul. Yes, there should be a warning label, but only if the amount was higher, Grabowski said. The University of Maryland Medical Center says women with a history of breast cancer should avoid red clover to its estrogen-like effects in the body. It also says red clover may interfere with the liver's ability to process some drugs. The amount of red clover used, red clover extract, is so small that it would have no effect, said Grabowski. Wait a minute. The amount of red clover used is so small that it would have no effect. So then that means that the hair growth magic of Capixul is BS then, right? What? I think Gene should have had his PR person review his words before this was published. All right, let's move on. I want to talk about this Rejuvenique oil next. So you may have saw me make a face while she was talking, and that was at her saying the Rejuvenique oil mimics the natural oils that your body produces. But in her previous breath, she said that it's a plant-based blend of essential oils. Well, did she? Hold on, let me watch it again. Let's be sure here, let's be accurate.
Our Rejuvenique oil is made from 13 plant-based essential oils, and this oil is...
Okay, yeah, she said the Rejuvenique oil is made of 13 plant-based essential oils. Wait a second. This is a blend of plant-based essential oils, but it somehow mimics the oils that my body secretes? Last I checked, I am not a piece of celery. I'm not a carrot. How the am I producing plant-based essential oils? I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that. That don't sound right to me. That don't sound right to me. Let's move on. How much is this Rejuvenique oil? So they have Rejuvenique Intensive and Rejuvenique Light, and they are both $99. You see how small that bottle is? $99 for that stuff. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's say that I shop my hair products at Monet. I buy a shampoo, a conditioner, and some Rejuvenique oil. And I'm talking like the basic like Renew shampoo and like a basic moisturizing conditioner. And I'm already in the hole $181. We know how much MLMs inflate their prices to account for the commissions that they have to pay out to their distributors, but this is just criminal. I could fill up my gas tank like 7 times for that. I could buy a new pair of Lululemon leggings and a top for that. Yes, I know Lululemon is expensive, but I'll have to buy a new pair of Lululemon leggings every 2 or 3 months. Let's see, what else could I buy with that money? I could buy 2 weeks of groceries for me and my husband for that. I could buy a spa package for that. Have my points become redundant yet? You get what I'm saying. It costs too much. Stop it.
Besides that, our products are super concentrated. So typically your average drugstore shampoos are about 80% water and 20% product. So I don't know about you guys, but when I used to use regular drugstore shampoo and conditioner, I would have like a full bottle of shampoo and like this much conditioner because I felt like I needed so much conditioner to even feel like my hair was soft at all. But thankfully with Monet, our products are super concentrated. So our products are about 60% product and 40% water. So we only need a little bit of product and we can tell the difference. So a little goes a long way with Monat's products. So that is also a plus because at the end of the day, you'll be saving money because you don't have to buy as much shampoo as you normally would with your drugstore shampoo.
Why are you using an entire bottle of shampoo to wash your hair? Like, I know she's probably exaggerating, but the point she's trying to make is she used like a lot of shampoo. If that's true, why are you rolling around in dirt? You know, because how dirty is your hair that you feel like you need that much shampoo? If you feel like you need to use a bunch of conditioner, maybe you have low porosity hair and your hair doesn't absorb conditioner very well. Maybe buy a new conditioner that's not Monet. Maybe talk to your hairdresser. Maybe they'll know something. I feel like this has just become a reaction video at this point. Anyway, okay, so she says that typical drugstore shampoos are about 80% water and 20% product versus Monet shampoos, which are only 40% water and 60% product, based on what she says. A quick look at the ingredient list. I'm just picking out the most basic shampoo here. Let's do the Renewal shampoo. A look at the ingredients list shows water is listed as the very first ingredient. In fact, I think that water in just about all shampoos is listed as the very first ingredient. So we know that on everything, you know, with food, cosmetics and all this kind of stuff, The ingredients are listed in most to least. So the first few ingredients that are listed are in the most quantities of the product. So water being the very first ingredient means that it's mostly water. A really quick Google search, I found a Newsweek article that said most shampoos are 80% water because on most shampoos, water is the first ingredient. Monet is clearly no different if water is also the first ingredient in most of their products. Okay, so let's move on and talk about this detox phase that your hair apparently goes through when you begin to start using Monet products. According to many Monet consultants, they all talk about this detox phase as part of a process that you go through when you begin to use Monet hair products. Now, what does this detox period include? According to this consultant's Facebook posts, thank you Reddit, symptoms of Monet detox period includes itchy/flaky scalp, excess shedding, greasy/sticky hair, and scalp sores. That stuff is horrifying. So I'm just gonna read really quick what she says under each one. For itchy/flaky scalp, she says, this is the gunk/silicones coming off of your head after years of using bad products. Excess shedding. Monet increases hair density, so as your follicles expand to allow for thicker, healthier strands, you begin to shed the thinner, weaker strands. Greasy/sticky hair. This is Monet stripping the gunk off of your strands, especially oils like the coconut oil that are too big molecularly to effectively penetrate the layers of your hair and therefore have been camping out on top of your head. Hold on, wait a second. If Monet is stripping the grease and oils and stuff from your hair, why is your hair still greasy? Whatever. Scalp sores. Monet stimulates dormant follicles which can make your scalp feel itchy. Itching your head combined with follicle detox can create sores on your scalp. This sounds gross and painful and not everyone gets these, but it really does mean the products are working. Oh man. I love these reactions. Look at how many people are laughing. Okay, so we have one last visual aid. It's a video of another Monet consultant talking to us about the scalp detox and the shedding and stuff. So let's watch.
What's up? I wanted to come on here and show you guys something, right? So whenever you start our products, since they're natural and they're all plant-based, a lot of people may experience hair loss, and this is the hair that was planning to fall out anyway.
This is not something that's in my notes, but this is something that actually just occurred to me while I'm watching this. She said since they're natural and plant-based, they may cause your hair to fall out. I don't understand the correlation between something being natural and something making your hair fall out. And then also don't forget guys, she's kind of fallen victim to remember what we talked about, the natural fallacy, the misconception of logic that because something is natural, that means it's better. Just because it's natural doesn't mean it's good for you.
Anyways, and it's gonna help it come out and it's scary. So for the new hair to grow healthier and fuller, right? Also, this happens when you're using stuff with chemicals in it and it's just cleaning out your hair from all that bad stuff that you've been putting on your hair. So 2 weeks ago, I went to the hair salon, I brought my products, but she still managed, while blowing on my hair, she still managed to put something else on my hair, which I didn't think much of it, but I'm like, okay, it's not going to affect my hair that much. I thought wrong, because now I'm noticing that after detangling my hair, the bunch will be less and less, but now I see that it's a lot more. I'm gonna show you guys. So this is what literally, like, it may not seem like a lot, but seeing a whole full strand of hair come out, you know, it's scary, right? And I'm showing you guys this because some people, when they start, they get scared because they see this happening. And I'm just...
Okay, that to me does not look like a lot of hair. I always lose hair when I am detangling my hair when it's wet after I wash it. So I don't know, I'm not that alarmed by that.
Showing you guys as proof that if you're doing something good for your hair and then you allow somebody else to put something else that's not clean, this is the result of it. And this is what happens. So that's why once you start with clean products, stick to your clean products. I learned my lesson. I'm not freaking out because I know that my hair is gonna go back to, it's still nice and curly, but the shedding is gonna diminish. Basically, it's gonna slowly become less and less. And now I know that if I want my hair straight, I'm not going back to a hair salon. I'm sorry. I'll be doing it myself like I did before. I was just feeling lazy. So this is a lesson learned. I'll just keep using extra intense repair treatment for my hair and the normal. Like, I don't have anything that's not Monet for my hair. And I see this firsthand, you know, that this is not gonna keep happening. So I just wanted to show you guys my personal experience. I want to be very transparent with you, and I want you guys to know that this is normal. Like, when you start the products and you experience hair loss, this is hair that, again, your head was going to shed anyways. You know, they're not attached to your follicles, so it was already going to come out. This is just helping it to come out even faster, so your new hair can grow nice and healthy and fuller. So it might be scary at first, but there's nothing to worry about. Trusting the process. You know, I didn't have this problem at the beginning. I already have since end of May using these products, but now putting something that's not clean on my hair and then going back to Monet, it has really, I've seen it firsthand, you know. So right now I have a mask on. I'm gonna curl my hair, and yeah, I just wanted to come on here and show you.
All right. There was one point in that, like, when that girl held up her hair, to me that looked like, I was like, that's just your hair. Like, you said you just got done detangling your hair. Like, really? You don't lose any hair at all? Like, when you comb it or brush it or detangle it? I took a screenshot of it and I sent it to Linsey, and I was like, does that look like a normal amount of hair to you? And she said, out of context, I can't answer that. Was that everything gathered together? Was that 1 of 25 clumps that looked the same? Was her hair up for a week before shampooing? That would mean everything that shed away from the scalp was still sitting there waiting to be separated from the rest of the hair. Normally, people know their norms and can tell if something goes well outside of that, which, honestly, to be fair, she's right. So I guess if your hair normally comes out in huge big clumps, then I guess that's your norm. Assuming you've been to like a dermatologist, you know, somebody who specializes in hair and scalp stuff, and they've told you nothing's wrong. I guess if that's your norm, then that's your norm. You know, that's perfectly fair. So one thing that that girl was kind of harping on was, she was like, oh, your hair is gonna shed anyway and Monet helps it just come out faster. To me, that doesn't make any sense, and I don't know what evidence she has to back that up. She didn't provide any in the post. Ultimately, they have absolutely no way of knowing that excess shedding means that your hair is detoxing. Linsey already told us that if her clients were having hair or scalp issues, she referred them out to a dermatologist. This girl is the furthest thing from a healthcare professional. Don't listen to her, don't listen to them. The questions that I asked Linsey: we all know that detoxes for the body are baloney, but can the hair detox? According to Monet, part of beginning to use the products is going through this detox phase, which can include itching, flaking, shedding, dryness, and tangles. Of course, aside from allergic reactions to certain substances, are these things considered normal when starting a new hair care product? And to follow up on the shedding, I've learned from my own hairstylist that shedding is a normal part of the hair cycle. Everyone's hair sheds every single day. I have one Monet girl that said Monet helps the hair that was going to shed anyway shed faster. To me, it sounds like baloney. What are your thoughts? Linsey responds, hair, for all intents and purposes, is dead. As far as the scalp detoxing, we'd have to define what that even means. I've never heard of any other product I've ever professionally worked with being a scalp detox. I believe Bumble and Bumble may have had a scalp detox product when I was about to leave the industry, and I remember thinking that it seemed like they were just capitalizing on buzzwords, as companies often do. There may have even been probiotics in it. Please look this up and fact check me. Other than that, I can't speak to scalp detoxification because that's more of a dermatologist lane. Anytime a client had scalp issues, I'd always recommend they see a derm. Linsey goes on to say, for shedding, yes, all hair on your body goes through a cycle where that follicle is either growing, stagnant, not the technical term, I'd have to look it up, or shedding. I don't know why you'd try to alter a biological process like that with hair product, nor why you would want to. I guess so it can get to growing faster, but then you'd have scraggly hair while all of it fell out. Sounds like an excuse for your products causing falling out to me. Just conjecture. And then I looked up that Bumble and Bumble, and she talked about sending her a picture, and then she was like, oh yeah, so I didn't make that up. I was pregnant at the time. Wasn't sure if the memory was fuzzy. Linsey's response was very helpful, but she made a really good point. She was like, we'd have to define what detoxing means for the hair. So let's go ahead and define it. Detox, by definition, is a process or period of time in which one abstains from or rids the body of toxic or unhealthy substances. Detoxification. In the clinical setting, we often hear about detoxing as in the form of drug and alcohol detoxing. In the diet industry, we hear about detoxing in the form of shakes, pills, teas, and stuff like that. We all know that detoxing the body is baloney. If you've got a liver and kidneys that work just fine and that are perfectly healthy, you really don't need a detox. As far as the hair and scalp detox, that's a little bit different, and I had to do a little bit more research for that. So I found what I thought is a good definition for a hair/scalp detox. According to a certified trichologist in an article on birdie.com, which will be linked below, a scalp detox is essentially a method of massaging the scalp by brushing or using an exfoliating scrub, which helps buff away dead skin cells, unclog the pores on your scalp, and clear product buildup from the hair follicles. A scalp detox is more than just a shampoo, she goes on to add. Detoxing the scalp can also help relieve itching, dandruff, and other forms of irritation. There's also a little bit after that in which she says dairy. You shouldn't drink dairy if you want to do a scalp detox. I thought that seemed kind of funny, but we're just going to skip over that part because this isn't a nutrition video. By the way, a trichologist is somebody who studies the structure, function, and diseases of human hair. I thought this was kind of like one of those things where it's like, oh, it's probably just like a, like the difference between like a certified nutritionist and a registered dietitian. But I looked it up, did research, and a trichologist is not a doctor, but trichology is actually a specialty. So a dermatologist can specialize in trichology, which is a super fun word. This trichologist said that a good scalp detox can help relieve itching, dandruff, and other forms of irritation. Meanwhile, we have Monet distributors saying that itching, flakiness, and irritation is a part of the detox phase. That does not sound right. I can actually attest to scalp detoxing. I wash my hair once a week, and in between that time, I use products on my hair, and sometimes my products, cause some buildup on my hair and my scalp, and then, like a little bit of a smell. Not a bad smell, just a smell. And for me, that does actually cause flakiness and itching, and that's why I use this first shampoo before I follow with my other shampoo, this clarifying shampoo, and I having my nails done helps, and then I just scrub the crap out of my hair. Sometimes I even add 1 or 2 drops of tea tree oil to that shampoo because the tingling feels good, and that really, really helps the itching and the flakiness. Linsey said that when her clients were having scalp issues, she referred them out to a dermatologist. A dermatologist, not a Monet consultant. She knew the limits within her scope of practice. Meanwhile, we have Monet girl saying that irritation and dandruff and flakiness and freaking scalp sores are a normal part of the scalp detox. So we're gonna wrap this up, but I wanted to hear Linsey's closing thoughts on this whole scalp detoxing and some of the symptoms associated with scalp detoxing. My overall thoughts on the company is that they're overhyping hair care. Shampoo, conditioner, and styling hair products aren't that special. You just need to find what works for you, and there are already hundreds of options. It seems like they make false promises to make their shampoo sound special. We all know that's to recruit people. Scalp detox, no one knows what that is. It's made up. So the scalp detox, in my opinion, in the opinion of a former professional hairstylist, is pretty much baloney. And hey, how about don't forget this reason? Monet is a multi-level marketing company that only has products to mask the pyramid scheme business model. Go away, Monet. All right, so before we close on this video, another big, huge, fat thank you to Linsey. A little bit about her. So Linsey actually works in health coaching and lifestyle changes. If you guys have followed me for a long time, you have definitely heard me kind of talk crap about health coaches and stuff like that. Let me explain. So I follow Linsey back on Instagram, and one day she posted something kind of explaining her background. She was talking about her education, and she went to school for health sciences with an emphasis on healthy lifestyles coaching. I did not know that you could study health coaching at the college level. I've always heard health coach and think that it's tantamount to like some overnight certification or just, like a beach body coach calling herself a health coach, Optavia coach, or like an Arbonne coach, just those fake gurus and people who really don't know what they're talking about, and they just like get some quick certification and then just call themselves a health coach. I thought it was really interesting when I heard that when she said that she actually studied and majored in healthy lifestyles coaching. Because of her background and because of her education in this field, there's a couple reasons why I would find Linsey a very trustworthy voice in this. A, she's not a Beachbody coach. And B, because she's a professional, she knows her scope of practice and she knows her limitations. She even told me when I asked her that she works as part of a company and it's kind of a full circle health thing. I work for a healthcare company and we refer within for therapy and RDs all the time. I use them liberally, and in my private practice, I always stay within scope, draw the line of where coaching ends and therapy/dietetics begins. I make sure clients are set up with appropriate practitioners if needed. And then I responded, I think I'm in love with you. So I just thought that was so cool. I really did not know that health coaching was like a real legitimate field. I really didn't. Well, I hereby rescind all of the negative past comments I have ever made about health coaching. That's not to say that all health coaches are legit, but there are definitely real health coaches out there, and Linsey is obviously proof of that. Not you, Beachbody coaches. Sit down. Linsey's information will be linked below. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so very much for watching and sitting through that calamity. I mean, not my video, but the other stuff. If you want to see more content not exactly like this, but kind of similar to this, you should subscribe. Do it now. And something with a bell, and you should also like, share, all the things. My other social media handles will be linked below, which is really just Instagram. You should follow me over there if you don't. And yeah, thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! He's been sitting right behind me this whole time. Oh, I'm sorry, I just kicked you. Should we go find your brother and sister? Oh, that's a big stretch. No, you don't want to go find them. You want to be the only one. You want to be the only one, don't you? You want to show the camera? Who's a good boy? Yee! Hey, baby. I'm going to do a cute thing where you sit by me, but you just want belly rubs, I think. Fine. Should we censor that? Will I get demonetized? Oh, you're such a baby. You're such a baby. You're a baby. Did you know that? Say bye.